Hi everybody, Andrew in Golf Academy. Thanks as always for watching. Just got delivery of my new Mizuno MP-25 irons. I did a previous video about how I fitted myself for them. Anyway, my new irons are here. Absolutely love them to death. Playing golf on Friday with an old friend of mine. Where am I playing on Friday? Cotswold Hills Golf Club in just outside of Cheltenham in England. So I'm looking forward to having a little knock around there. And that'll be the first time that my new bats will have been outside the academy. So what I wanted to do before I played with them is do a little bit of gap testing with them, just to see how far I'm hitting them. So what I did is I've gap tested the 4 iron, the 6 iron, the 8 iron and the pitching wedge. Gap testing can be quite difficult thing to do. I get a lot of customers coming here trying to gap test, and if the ball striking is a bit inconsistent, if the swing isn't working well on that particular day, then you don't get great results. You know, you're trying to get similar swings, similar strikes, just to see how far the ball goes when you hit it well. So, you know, you sometimes got to be very patient when you gap testing. It can be difficult, but it's definitely worth doing on a GC2 or a TrackMan or a Flight Scope. A simple way to do it is just to find out really how far you hit one club. You know, if you can find out how far you carry, we're always talking carry with gap testing, not total, not run out. You know, let's say for instance you carried a 7 iron, I don't know, 145 yards through the air, carry. You wouldn't be that far off if you went up and down 10 yards. Okay, so you hit your 7 iron 145 through the air, fair chance you're going to be carrying your 8 iron 135, 10 yards up and down. That's a good way of doing it. Providing that the gaps on your lofts are right. You know, if you're using an old set of clubs, you know, maybe 12, 15-year-old set of blades, chances are they've got quite a bit of loft on them, so not going to be going as far as maybe a modern golf club would. So definitely worth doing. So what I've done is I've gap tested my irons. I've just said, I hope you probably won't see all these, so forgive it if you can't. I'll shout the numbers out to you. But I've got pitching wedge, 8 iron, 6 iron, 4 iron. Now with my pitching wedge, I was carrying it 129, and with my 8 iron, I carried it 152. Okay. With my 6 iron, I carried it 174, and with the 4 iron, I carried it 194. So what I was looking for there was sort of, it pans out, roughly speaking, about a 10-yard gap in between the clubs, which I'm happy with, you know. So, you know, 8 iron, 150 carry, that's about where I'd expect to be-ish. I'm not a tour pro, so my yardages don't have to be too precise. You know, if I've got 150 to the green under normal playing conditions, average temperature, I'm okay with 8 iron. You know, consequently, I'll go up and down 10 yards. But, you know, all these things are relative. You've got to factor in change in elevation, obviously uphill, downhill. What's the wind doing? Is it helping? Is it hurting you? Colder days, the ball isn't going to fly as far as on a warmer day. All this sort of stuff. So, you know, just use gap testing as an average. It's just nice to know. Probably where the gap testing is most useful is with your wedges. You know, and I say to a lot of people, look, go and gap test your pitching wedge, your gap wedge, your sand wedge, your lob wedge. If you know how far you hit your wedges, that's in your scoring area, isn't it? You know, if you've got 85 yards to the green, and you know that you carry your gap wedge 85 yards, then, you know, there's no doubt. So, you know, maybe do some gap testing with your wedges. So that's what I did. I'm happy with the numbers on that. And the lofts on the MP-25 are pretty honest lofts. They're not super cranked like some of the other clubs. To give you an idea, the pitching wedge loft is it's 45 on this. I'll double check that for you. It's either 45 or 46. Could be actually be 46 thinking about it. So, you know, fairly honest lofts on these, not super cranked. Love the clubs, can't wait to get them out on the golf course on Friday. Who knows, I might play well with them, I hope so, but even if I don't, I'll enjoy hitting them. So there we are, my MP-25s gap tested, ready for action. Thanks for watching.